Next on Worcester News tonight, an officer-involved shooting in Auburn sends one man to the hospital. We have the latest details. Plus, with temperatures dropping and snow in the forecast, the city of Worcester is gearing up. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. We begin tonight in Auburn. Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. Police say a man with a gun was spotted in his truck at a gas station and a violent confrontation followed. Our Cam Jandro has the details.
Anna, investigators were on scene for several hours this afternoon, and as you can see behind me, the gas station has since reopened. They've also reopened Swanson Road here in the town of Auburn. We are yet to get an identification or the condition of the man who was in the truck, but the district attorney spoke about the matter earlier today. First, a clear warning, then shots. Cell phone video captures Auburn police firing at a man in a truck. District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. says the person inside the vehicle had what appeared to be a firearm.
There was interaction between the Auburn police officers and the man who was in the vehicle. After that, shots were fired. He was wounded. He has been taken to a local hospital.
A be on the lookout was issued for a red pickup truck with New Hampshire plates. The vehicle was found in the parking lot of the Shell gas station at the intersection of Southbridge Street and Swanson Road.
A probationary police officer with the Auburn Police Department located that vehicle in the parking lot behind us. He called in to the Auburn Police Department.
3 officers can be seen in the video with their weapons drawn. Bullet holes could be seen in the vehicle's windshield as investigators searched the scene Wednesday afternoon.
This was an isolated incident. No residents that live anywhere in the area have anything to be concerned about.
Now, we're yet to receive any updates on the condition or identity of the man who was involved in this shooting. Auburn Police Department says none of their police officers were reported as injured. We're in Auburn tonight. I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Cam. 2 people are arrested in Worcester this morning, charged with armed assault to murder. Worcester police say an off-duty officer noticed a Jeep traveling on Providence Street. 3 men walking fired shots at the Jeep, and the front passenger, identified as 39-year-old Emmanuel Wahi, fired back. Police say the 3 men ran from the scene. The officer then followed the Jeep in his personal car as other officers responded. The 18-year-old driver of the Jeep, Juliana Marin and Wiley, were eventually both arrested. A loaded handgun was found in the back seat. UMass Medical School is creating a space for immigrants to share their stories of coming to America. It's part of their Immigrant Stories series. Professor Dr. Maddie Castile, Dr. Nahid Usmani spoke about their journeys and how it helps shape them as medical professionals today. They also discussed their commitment to serve as advocates for the underserved. Dr. Castile came to the U.S. from Cuba at 6 years old and didn't speak any English. She got emotional while talking about what immigrants go through.
And they may not have all the background, but they come here and they work, and they do some amazing things. And why I say that is because there are millions of people who are struggling, and people who are in the same situation and how I got here.
UMass Medical School says the hope is by sharing stories in the series, it will educate people, reinforce the diverse workforce among the UMass campuses, and encourage others to share their stories. With snow in the forecast, the city of Worcester is amping up preparations, but DPW says it can be difficult to prepare for storms this early. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
The season's first coating of snow could come this week, but the Worcester DPW isn't fully ready for the early winter weather. They're reaching out to the public with an ad for private contractors on Twitter.
It's very busy out there with landscaping and pipe work and all the things these contractors do. And, you know, we know that a lot of them aren't thinking snow yet, so we know that it'll be difficult to get contractors in to get their plows ready.
The DPW says they have about 80 pieces of city equipment ready to go, but still need private trucks, tractors, and sanders to maintain 500 miles of city streets.
We have people making phone calls now, talking to all the contractors who've worked for us in the past. Are you able to plow? Are you ready to plow? Do you have your sanders ready?
While the DPW works to determine what equipment is available if a winter storm comes through Thursday night, residents are also preparing.
The last day and a half, we've sold nearly 4 truckloads of salt, and we sold a bunch of shovels.
Barrow's Hardware on Webster Street says they've been stocked with winter supplies since the beginning of October. They put in their orders based on what was needed last year and say it's important to be prepared early.
We've had customers as early as the end of August want to know when we're going to get our rock salt in. They've been up here long enough to know that it's coming and might as well be prepared for it.
DPW Commissioner Paul Moosey says though more contractors are starting to sign up, he's worried there won't be enough equipment for a plowable storm. The department typically aims to have 300 pieces of equipment on the roads.
Obviously, an early storm like this, you don't need that many, but we'd like to get at least half of that. And I'm even concerned whether we can get half of that.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester Public Schools announcing a new program in hopes of preventing youth drug use. Administrators say the opening of recreational marijuana shops has them concerned. Our Brittany Schaefer has the details.
As recreational marijuana shops prepare to open in the city, the Worcester Public Schools are expecting an increase in youth drug use. It's why Safety Director Rob Pizzella is starting a drug intervention program.
We want to make sure that if there are students coming into our schools that we feel could either be under the influence of marijuana or are in possession, we don't want to suspend them.
Rather than facing a possible 180-day suspension, students will get drug use prevention education with their parents involved.
Really to be able to sit down with the parents and say, we need you to be a partner in our venture to try to get your children to stop using these harmful drugs.
They can get treatment early so that they can go on to go to college or career and be successful adults.
The district received a $15,000 federal grant for the program. Superintendent Maureen Beninda says it will allow them to provide help for students using drugs.
This is like somewhat uncharted territory. We really want to prepare our students, to be able to understand the challenges and to be able to say no. And if they find themselves that they are addicted to the drugs, to get them the help that they need.
The plan is for the schools to hire a teacher and clinician to run the session a few times a week. Pizzella says marijuana is the #1 drug used by high school students, and this program will make a big difference.
Marijuana is still the gateway drug. Down the road, we will be able to expand upon this type of program and to provide it into our everyday classes.
Pizzella says the program will start in January. The district will also be hosting a youth and drugs conference at North High School this Friday. At Burncoat High School, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
The Webster Police Department's Opioid Task Force will be holding a discussion with residents Thursday. The event will feature guest speakers including Tara Rivera from the Recovery Centers of America. Deputy Chief Michael Shaw says the department started the task force a year and a half ago to fight the opioid crisis in town. He says he hopes to show residents the department is there to help.
Chris Savasta, who is involved with the Reconciliation House down the street, and his journey and how he's turned his life around. So, just to let people know that there is help out there for them. And then finally, we'll have a presentation by the Webster Opiate Task Force, kind of what we're doing here in town, and it'll be followed by a brief question and answer period. So people have questions they want to ask or comments, they're more than welcome to come down.
The event will start at 5:30 p.m. at the town's library and is free to the public. Actor Liam Neeson making an appearance in downtown Worcester Wednesday. Neeson and crews could be seen on Main Street during film production. In the scene, the actor is answering the phone while walking downtown. The movie's called Honest Thief. According to IMBD, it's a bank robber who tries to turn himself in, but then realizes the federal government is more corrupt than him. Filming will take place in Worcester and Oxford through December. A cheap shot has a Fitchburg University player banned from his own campus. The flagrant foul is getting attention across the country. The game was against Nichols College, and that's where we find Perry Russum with more.
Misses the rim. With 3 minutes left in the second half, Nichols College was putting a bow on their first win of the season when an elbow to their star freshman, Tenaglia, dropped him to the court.
I play football, so I thought I seen it all, but it was crazy. That was too crazy.
Watch again as Nate Tenaglia lines up for a three. Here comes Fitchburg State's Kwan Platt, getting himself kicked off the team.
I thought it was dirty right off the bat.
The referee stopped the game and ejected Platt.
Platt is going to check out of the game.
The junior has 7 inches and 30 pounds on Tenaglia.
If you know Nate, you know he won't go down easy, and you know he wet that shot right into my man's face.
Platt, a criminal justice major, was the team's leading scorer. In a statement, the Fitchburg State spokesman says the Fitchburg State community is appalled by the conduct displayed during Tuesday night's home basketball game. The player involved has been indefinitely suspended from the team and barred from campus effective immediately. His behavior is antithetical to our community value and good sportsmanship. As for Tenaglia, he made his foul shots and finished the rest of the game. Nichols' athletic director says they continue to check on his health.
I wouldn't expect someone to get elbow to the face like that and really hurt, but just something I really didn't see coming or expect.
Platt was recently named Player of the Week, but today the athletic conference took that away. In Dudley, Perry Russum, Worcester News Tonight.
Nichols College releasing a statement as well, saying they're troubled by the unfortunate incident, adding in part, the Nichols College student athlete involved was able to complete the game and we continue to monitor his health. We're proud of the way our student athletes handled the incident and that they did not allow it to escalate. We're aware that Fitchburg State administration is handling the matter.